Hey there, escape room enthusiasts and business owners. Welcome to a part 1 of our 2-part series on answering customer objections to get a flood of organic traffic to your escape room website, content marketing for escape rooms. I'm Piyush, the founder of SEO, an escape room marketing agency, and the creator at the Growth Acceleration channel. Today, we'll be diving deep into the world of customer and industry objections. We'll be exploring the mysterious realms of Google featured snippet and knowledge panels and how to uncover and answer all the burning questions that your market is asking. Plus, we'll discover the secrets to internal linking these questions to your services, creating comprehensive lists, organizing them into meaningful chunks, and gaining the prized featured snippets on Google. But beware, I'll also be revealing one major mistake that will render this entire strategy completely useless even if you follow all the steps. Let's get started and uncover the secrets to driving organic traffic to your escape room website. So we are working on this completely new content marketing plan. So the plan is very simple. If you go and look on, type on Google questions like, are all escape rooms dark? You'll notice that Google will not only give you typical results like, the results that it usually gives. It'll also give you something called a featured snippet, right? It picks out an answer from a website and it gives you. These are kind of questions like people are already asking in the market. So for example, there are people that will write, what to wear to an escape room. So as you can see, although there is no strict dress code for an escape room, recommend that you wear comfortable clothing and comfortable shoes and things like that. So every time you ask a question, Google will pick out an answer and will give it to you from a website that's obviously covered the answer. The object of this content marketing plan would be to identify what are the questions that people are asking in our market that are closer to our market, and how can we as a brand get in front of this audience that's looking for these kind of questions, right? So one thing to keep in mind is throughout the entire world, not everybody is getting this result. People are searching from different places. So somebody that's searching from Chicago, what to wear to an escape room, and somebody that's searching from Kansas, what to wear to an escape room, and somebody that's searching from New York, what to wear to an escape room, or Orange County, what to wear to an escape room, are all getting different results. Because what Google wants to do is when a person is writing a thing like what to wear to an escape room, Google understands that it's a micro moment in that person's life. It's a decision that's going to very soon follow up with a question like escape rooms near me, or which escape room should I go with my kid this weekend, and things like that, right? These are sequence of questions that people ask before they actually go and book an escape room, right? So what we want to do is we want to understand these questions that people are asking in the market that are closer to the market, create a content marketing plan that is plugged into our clients' websites. It's interlinked together in a sensible and a meaningful manner. So one question that is similar to the other question is, linking to the other one, and also tying it up with the other services a website provides, like whether it's a birthday party event or a team building or the different escape rooms that the client is offering. We want to be able to interlink the entire thing and create like a massive network of knowledge base that resides in the client's website, which then Google will start picking up for reference points. When people near the client's location are searching for answers to those questions, they'll see that this client is answering these questions and they'll start picking it up. Do you get picked up all the time? You don't. So you don't know which questions you'll get picked up for or not. But what you can do is you can try to make a comprehensive list of questions that people are asking, understand that, organize that question into meaningful chunks so that you're able to answer a question comprehensively. Once you go in and answer a question, you want to make sure that, let's say, what to wear to an escape room is covering all the different demographics that will come in. Whether it's old people, whether it's kids, whether it's teens, or young adults, or whoever they are, they're trying to cover up different demographics. We're telling people over in different situations what to do, what not to do, stuff like that, so that they're able to, we give a comprehensive solution to that question. So to further demonstrate what I've been telling you and how questions differ, because see, at the end of the day, as writers, if we're going to be writing a content on how to wear to an escape room for somebody in Chicago or New York or LA or anywhere else, the answers are going to be mostly placeholder content that will fit most escape. But what we need to keep in mind is we want to make sure that we retain the brand tonality. We retain anything specific that the brands want to mention in those articles to make them unique. And we also add our own perspective as to what we think would help that audience. So for example, if there's a VR escape room in Sydney and there is a physical escape room in Perth, these two are not necessarily going to be alike. There's going to be a lot more freedom for somebody who's going to be playing a VR escape room than somebody who's doing a physical escape. So let's go through our list and let's pick out a question. Do escape rooms have jump scares? It's a question that's very common. A lot of people are they are very paranoid. They don't like getting surprised and they would not find it entertaining if that happens. So they would always ask this question before they go, and sometimes if that happens, then that can lead to a negative review for your brand. If a person goes in and they actually didn't want to have a jump scare and your website didn't mention it, or they had a feeling that it's not going to have, it's going to create a bad experience. People are usually going to do their search before they actually go in. So now let me just quickly do a few searches and show you. So what we're going to do is, do escape rooms have jump scares? Let's say New York, United States. And we can see clockwise escape, our escape room scary, is going to have, there are different types of jump scares that can occur in escape rooms, right? So it's giving that. Now, also to keep in mind, when you're trying to answer these questions, you're trying to answer it from a broad industry point of view and also tying it up with a little bit of what your brand entails. So don't overly make it very brand specific by saying that no, our escape rooms don't have jump scares. That does not answer the question. The question is, do escape rooms have jump scares? That would be an answer that's much more suitable for a FAQ section that goes on the page, because the FAQ section is where the person is talking directly to the brand. Do your escape rooms have jump scares, right? And then you can refer to that. And in the blog, you're trying to be industry specific, you're trying to be broader with and tying it up with the brand as well and giving a hint onto that. Yeah, go for it.
So how is Google selecting which snippet to feature, like on the first?
See, this is a little bit of firstly just being there, doing the right thing, that is creating the content, actually having it on the first place. And secondly, when you're trying to make sure you're interconnecting and you're having a high quality answer, you're interconnecting your articles, it's important that the good content be found on Google so that Google can actually pick it up and show it, right? So it makes sense for you to do the SEO on your website, not necessarily on these blogs. They are very broader questions. Not a lot of, like, hundreds of visitors come into your website for all the questions. You might get a hit and miss somewhere in which one question brings you 400 visitors a month, and that's great. That means that's a question that's broadly being discussed in your market, and that's good, right? But what you want to do is you want to make sure that with the overall SEO, you're trying to make sure the content is well connected with the other entities on your website, whether it's the landing pages, if there's any references to a particular game that can link to that blog, link it out, make sure you're interconnecting from the other blogs to the particular answer that's being written. So for example, if you go in here, let's take a look here and let's see how they've done, right? Are escape rooms scary? Common fears and questions, right? So you would realize that the answer would just be, no, escape rooms could be scary, yes, no, and that's it. But they've actually gone in and they've written like 700-800 word article on the topic, out of which this particular, do escape rooms have jump scares? Literally the question and the answer is right there. So look at this pattern. This is what is very important. You're trying to answer, but the first paragraph beyond the question is extremely important. Sometimes what we're going to be doing is, when we are answering, there's going to be a bunch of questions. I'll get to how I got these questions and how I organized it in the next 5-10 minutes. But what you'll realize is a lot of these questions can go and be grouped together into one article, right? Because they're similar. What makes escape room scary? What makes an escape room scary? Can escape rooms be scary? So what we are saying is a group of questions could go into a particular blog to answer that problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You had a follow-up question on this.
Yeah, single blog topic. So it's related to scary. So we make one and try to answer all the questions there along with other contents.
Correct. So one thing to keep in mind is it's always a good idea to simulate the search from Google, going to Bright Local like I'm going, and simulate it and see what kind of a response it's giving. A lot of the times you'll realize that our escape rooms good for 9-year-olds. This is a group that's been created. Okay, I again tell you how the group was created. But under the group, what age groups are escape rooms good for? Is escape room 2 good for kids? There's some movie-based questions, so it's not specific to this. Can a 7-year-old do an escape room? Can a 5-year-old do an escape room? Can a 11-year-old go to an escape room? Can a 10-year-old go to an escape room? can 14-year-olds go to an escape room? Do you think you're going to answer this question one by one in an article? You won't. You're going to do it inside a paragraph. So the best way would be to look for these prompts in one market, look for all these different prompts and see whether the questions are giving different results. What are the things they are mentioning? Could that be included in your content or not? How could you make it better? Right?
Our escape room could for the whole family. If that's a question, we can answer all these under that topic.
Yeah, exactly. So if there's a group like that, then definitely go inside that, right? So that's one thing. So it's just a matter of providing a better output on the question that a person is asking and being consistent. If you're able to answer questions in a quality manner and also answer a lot of questions, that makes you the knowledge expert. In terms of in Google's point of view, that would be like, this person has all the answers and they're consistently answering more questions. So and their results tend to stick around. People tend to stick around the website when they actually find the answers. They go there. They actually get a lot more detail. The person is actually more engaged. Let's show their answers even more. That's what's usually going to happen.
Our intention is that we are going to create a blog content around commonly asked questions, and our aim will be to get featured in that featured snippet part of Google.
Two places.
Okay. So
two places. One is definitely the featured snippet, and second is the knowledge panel. This is the ever-expanding knowledge panel. So when you click on the fourth question, you realize that there are a few questions come up, few more come up, and a few more come up. Minute, I'm going to show you how I actually extracted these questions. And I'm going to go back and let's say we have this open here. I've used this Chrome extension called SEO Mania. Okay, it's a free extension. Install it, create a free account, just let it be there. So as soon as you add this extension, what's going to happen is it's going to give you ability. I've also noticed that I'm using it on an incognito window, so I've enabled the extension in incognito. So I'm going to do, let's say, I'm trying to create an FAQ section. Like I'm trying to get all the questions people are asking in the market related to escape rooms in a particular market. So the best way I would go about it is, okay, fine. So my daily limit is reached. I have to go back to a VPN. I'll pick out any VPN from here. Let's do LA itself. Let's say for the LA market, I'm doing this research for the LA market itself, right? So I'm going to search for escape room LA. Alright. What's going to happen is you're going to notice that the people also ask questions are already there. Google is already giving you prompts on you're in escape room LA. These are the questions people are asking in your market. The top 4 questions are obviously the most importantly asked questions in the market. They're always going to prioritize them, right? So now if we had to manually go in and extract these questions, it will take hours, right? That's where the SEO Minion extension comes in. This adds a whole layer of functionality and superpowers to your search results page. Like you can download or copy data. Like for example, you can copy all the product listings, you can copy all the organic URLs, you can copy all the ad URLs, and a hell lot of other things. But what I'm really interested in is that people also ask 8 levels. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to click on go and I'm going to let it just fly. Come back to it probably in an hour or something. It's going to go in and it's going to keep expanding all the things and it's going to keep clicking, and it's not something that works very well on the background. It slows down the thing. So keep it active and let it keep extracting. So it's going to be going deep on clicks. It'll go 600, 700, 800 clicks deep. So it's going to pick out all the questions, right? And then you can just, if you think that you've gotten a lot and it's still not ending, then you can just end the task and download the thing, or you can let it complete. That's the first layer.
So how many clicks should you be targeting usually?
I'm usually going in, letting it just go in. I'm here to dominate the market. So I've let it slide for all the things till it completed. Alright? So I did that. Then when you end, what happens is it downloaded 122 questions in a matter of like 15-20 minutes, like 5 minutes. So you can see that there are people also ask titles and there's a parent titles. What I'm going to do is, I'm not interested in this, and obviously this is going to be waste for me. I'm going to pick this out. I'm going to take the entire thing here, copy this, paste it here, remove duplicates, continue with current selection, and we remove the duplicates. And once we remove, we realize that there are around 114 questions that came out from the entire drill, right? So now since we have 114 questions, we need to do one more thing before this is usable by us. Right now we have a set of 114 disorganized questions. If we were to go in and manually try to organize it, it's going to take all our life, and probably we are never going to be as efficient as we want to be. So the best way to do it would be to let an automated tool go in and check a query based on another query and see if it's giving the similar results. And if the queries are giving similar results, it buckets them into in a same group. If a query is going to return similar results as compared to another query, that is the best bet, even if it's maybe remotely related, but it's giving similar results, then that means that should go into the same group because Google is giving the same results for that query. This is where SE ranking tool comes in. The SE ranking tool has a built-in keyword grouping feature. You can automatically extract this and create your own content marketing plan for a client. Don't need anybody's intervention. Escape room LA, people also ask. Alright, United States of America, Los Angeles, California, English. Keyword grouping accuracy, I'll make it 4. So every time it's matching, it's looking for 4 results to be similar in the page. Go for the hard method. Do not check search volume. You don't really care whether the volume is high or not. You won't get actual accurate search volume data for any of this. Alright? There's no point in looking for volume. And what you want to do is, you want to make sure that you remove the question marks. In Excel, if you Control F and try to replace a question mark, what's going to happen is, it's going to delete everything. Alright, so you don't want to delete that. You want to Control Z it, and the best way to remove a question mark would be to go to data, this text to columns, use that, and in the delimited feature, you want to come in here and write question mark and finish. So now it technically just deleted the question mark, thinking that it's put it on the second row, and you have a bunch of keywords without a question mark, because when you're trying to enter keywords will never have question marks in them. Keywords are just phrases, right? You enter that, and you see it's going to take around 50 cents to do this entire research, and you're going to click on start grouping, right? So for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to get into how we do the research. I'm going to wait for that to happen. But let's just say we've done that already, and we've come to a conclusion with this entire set in which the groups are already mentioned, the keywords are already mentioned, and we have all the groups and all the keywords. The groups are already made, and there are questions that are ungrouped, right? So ideally, what you're going to do is, you're going to go in and start answering questions. Understand one thing, that while you're doing it, you're also going to find irrelevant things. Just skip those. There's no extra benefit in going in and further organizing this, because you're going to organize it when you're doing it. You're going to come across questions and you see irrelevant, you won't answer. As simple as that. You'll move on. You want to, even clients are given the same thing, and they are also supposed to answer the questions. They're supposed to give us bulleted points for specific questions, like can I bring food to an escape room? We don't know. Do you have catering options? We don't know what catering options they have. Do you allow mobile phones inside your escape room? That's a very specific question, and answer needs to come from the client. We don't know whether they allow mobile phones inside the escape rooms or not, right? In general, we'll give an answer, but there will be a client-specific answer that we don't, right? So what we want to do is, we want to make sure that we do the generalistic part and we leave the client-specific part to the client. And we do not misrepresent the client. Do not misrepresent, because if you write a content and an answer, that's going to be eventually picked out, and God forbid, it gets picked out in a featured snippet and the answer is wrongly representing the client. What's going to happen? That's going to create a lot of negative feedback. It's going to be counterproductive. So keep that in mind. So what we're going to do is, we're going to actually use, let's say, another tool, and we're going to find out things that are ranking. Let's go to Google, let's go out these questions, let's see what are the blogs that are ranking, let's see how they're writing it, what are the similarities between these blogs that are actually ranking in the featured snippet, what are the things that we can take away from this drill that we can use in our own exercise to make our content marketing much better than what's already there in the market, right? That's the drill that we need to do. That's why, that's the reason we are sitting here today.
And that's a wrap for part 1 of our content marketing series for escape rooms. Thanks for joining me as we unlock the secrets to answering customer objections and unlocking a flood of organic traffic. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so that you don't miss part 2, where we'll be discussing some real-world case studies, analyze websites that are already leveraging this neat little trick, and discover even more tips to elevate your content marketing game. Remember, your escape room success is just a few clicks away. This is Piyush from SEO and the Growth Acceleration channel, signing off for today.